Welcome back. It certainly was a cool day today with some mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures at 68 degrees, winds going west at 24 miles per hour, the humidity at 47%, and the barometric pressure at 29.82 and falling. Now for our area conditions, Shelburne, overcast skies at 63. Washington and Princeton experience some mostly cloudy skies and both are at 68 degrees. And for Albany, Illinois, overcast skies at 64 degrees. Now let's take a look at our U.S. temperature map. There's a cold spot over our area in the 50s and the 60s with Chicago, Illinois at 59 degrees. Now from the southern plains all the way up into the New England area, temperatures are a little bit warmer in the 60s to the 90s with Atlanta, Georgia at 82 degrees. Now we do have another cold spot here over the Washington region in the 50s and also 60s. Temperatures are around that cold spot are warmer in the 70s, 80s, and also 90s with Las Vegas, Nevada at 86 degrees. Let's take a look at our funnel map. As you guys can see, we do have a couple of high pressure systems. These high pressure systems are dominating much of the west of the U.S. We do have this weak stationary front extending from the central plains down through Texas and also Louisiana. Again, it's pretty weak, not really causing much in those crossing areas. Now for the west, not the west, but the east, as you take a look, we do have this low pressure system and a secluded front. Now this is what's going to give us a chance of rain for the next couple of days, as you guys will see in our forecast. Now for tonight, mostly cloudy. 30% chance of showers, west winds going 5 to 10 miles per hour with a low of 51. Then for tomorrow's conditions, mostly cloudy, a 30% chance of showers, west winds 10 to 15 miles per hour with a high of 71. For tomorrow night, mostly cloudy skies, west-northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour with a low of 51. For our extended forecast, Thursday, partly sunny at a high of 77 and a low of 48. Friday, mostly sunny at a high of 67 and a low of 45. And then for Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 64 and a low of 41. So after tomorrow, Mitch, it appears the rain will clear out and we'll see more sunshine and seasonable temperatures.
All right, thanks, Danny. Appreciate it. Area high school soccer teams are gearing up for postseason action. Cody Cully is in with the latest in sports. Cody?
That's right, Mitch. The pairings were released today for next week's boys and girls sectionals. I'll run down the matchups when we return.
Look who's making a house call in the French Quarter, Hugh Laurie. And we're all going with him to New Orleans.
I went down.
It's a celebration of New Orleans blues.
To St. James and Farm Ring.
Join Hugh and the legendary Alan Toussaint, Irma Thomas, and Tom Jones.
Baby, please make a change.
It's pure blues bliss. Look for Hugh Laurie.
Just let them talk.
Let them talk on great performances.
Hi, I'm Roy Underhill. You know, when properly made, the ancient turning saw is one of the most elegant tools ever to serve the human hand. It can cut curves and sweeps, fretworks and piercings pretty as you please. And Bill Anderson here is going to show us how to make a real beauty based on a British bow saw he was too bereft to buy, but he'll build one for our benefit next time here in the Woodwright Shop.
Soccer sectional pairings are set. Good evening, everyone. For WVUT Sports, I'm Cody Cully. The boys and girls soccer sectionals will get underway next week. In the Class 2A boys sectional at Terre Haute North, Vincennes Lincoln will face Northview. North Knox will host the Class 1A sectional. Game 1 will pit Vincennes Reveille against Sullivan, while North Knox and South Knox will play in Game 2. In the girls 2A draw, Vincennes Lincoln will play Terre Haute South at the Terre Haute North sectional. South Knox and North Knox will compete at the Sullivan Class 1A sectional. The Lady Spartans will play Pike Central in the second game, while North Knox will face West Vigo in Game 3. The Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys renewed an age-old rivalry on Monday Night Football. Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo threw for 255 yards, and led a late fourth quarter drive that set up a Dan Bailey go-ahead field goal for an 18-16 final score. Bailey was the only offense in the game for Dallas, booting 6 field goals. Romo, playing with a broken rib, completed 22 of his 36 passing attempts and had 1 interception. Dallas and Washington both have 2-1 records and are tied atop the NFC East. Will he play or won't he play? It seems to be the looming question on whether Peyton Manning will be available this season for the Indianapolis Colts. Manning is still on the Indianapolis' active roster and couldn't return to play yet this season. On Monday, Colts owner Jim Irsay had to clarify comments he made at a breakfast stating that Manning was not going to play this season. He sent a message on Twitter stating Manning is still on the active roster and could return. Manning's 3-game absence followed a streak of 227 consecutive starts, including the playoffs since being taken number 1 overall in the 1998 draft. Not surprisingly, the Colts are off to their first 0-3 start since '98. In the National League wildcard race, the Atlanta Braves continued to struggle down the stretch, only leading the St. Louis Cardinals by 1 game. Atlanta lost to the Philadelphia Phillies last night 4-2. Phillies ace Cliff Lee led the way with 6 strong innings, and the Phillies got their 100th win of the season. St. Louis Cardinals missed a golden opportunity to gain some ground after the Braves lost earlier in the evening. The Cards and the Houston Astros went into extra innings before the Astros scored on an Angel Sanchez bunt in the 10th, giving Houston a 5-4 victory. The Cardinals remain 1 back of the Braves in the NL wildcard race with 2 games left in the season. Going into Monday, the Boston Red Sox had a 1-game lead in the American League wildcard race over the Tampa Bay Rays. Boston didn't get any help at all last night as they lost to the Baltimore Orioles 6-3. Boston starter Josh Beckett went 6 innings and giving up 6 runs on 6 hits. The Orioles' Robert Adino got an inside-the-park home run. It was the Red Sox's 17th loss in their last 22 games. The Red Sox loss opened the door for the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays beat the New York Yankees and moved into a tie for the AL wildcard. Tampa Bay picked up a 5-2 win behind a solid performance by starting pitcher James Shields. Shields was 1 out shy of recording a complete game, and B.J. Upton drove in 2 runs for the Rays. Tampa Bay and Boston both have 2 games left to play to decide the wildcard race. Ozzie Guillen's quest for a new deal with the Chicago White Sox was denied, so the ball club and their manager have parted ways after Guillen requested to be released from the current contract. Sox owner Jerry Reinsdorf said the team agreed to release him from his current deal and his 8-year managerial run that included a World Series title in 2005. But sources close to Guillen say he won't be out for a job long. Guillen is said to have a deal in place with the Florida Marlins. He would replace Jack McKeon, who is retiring as the Marlins manager. The Indiana Fever are a win away from the WNBA Finals. Tonight, they host the Atlanta Dream in the 3rd game of the Eastern Conference Finals. The best-of-3 series is tied at a game apiece. The Fever are still waiting to see if Tamika Catchings, the WNBA MVP, is a go for tonight. Catchings injured her right foot during Sunday's game. She did not practice yesterday, so the team is preparing to play without her. And Mitch, the winner of tonight's game will face the Minnesota Lynx in the WNBA Finals. That'll do it for sports.
Thanks, Cody. It'd be great to see him win it. Up next, find out how one Texas businessman is giving golf carts an extreme makeover. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
PBS joins the President and First Lady for an evening of Latin music when In Performance at the White House presents Fiesta Latina. Catch Gloria Estefan, Jose Feliciano, Los Lobos, George Lopez, and many more in this musical celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. In Performance at the White House, Fiesta Latina.
In 1920, Americans thought the party was over, but it was just getting started.
There's a real liberation. Everyone is breaking the law.
Ken Burns reveals how lofty goals trumped common sense.
To pass a law means nothing. To enforce the law means everything.
And good intentions led to disaster. Prohibition. Coming in October, only on PBS.
Golf carts aren't just for getting around the green anymore. A Texas business is taking cart designs to the extreme, fitting the tiny vehicles with rims and stereo systems.
We sell and repair custom golf carts. Whatever you can imagine, we will build it. If you want big stereo, if you want a custom paint job, if you want flames, if you want big wheels and tires, we can do it.
We use it to go from the house down to our boat dock, and then we also use it to go and collect the mail up at the front of the community. And it'll go fast. It's not like a regular golf cart that has a slow speed. I mean, this it'll get up and move. And it has real tires on it, like, you know, car tires. So, oh no, it's a ton of fun.
Most of our private clients are wealthy clients. We sell to singers, movie stars, basketball players. They start about $9,500 and go from there. The most expensive cart we sold was probably about $22,000, $23,000.
It's a luxury toy, and it's a splurge. Regular golf cart would have cost about a fourth of the price, but we wanted it, and I fell in love with it, and we needed a golf cart, so my husband said, all right, fine, if you gotta have it.
And that's all for this evening. For Danny Taborn and Cody Cully, I'm Mitch Columby. Have a good evening.